we will get going. So hang on one second. And I'm going to start up Instagram. We're going to just do it in all the places. So welcome, friends. I know I am super late getting on today, but it's for good reason. I have had a day full of connecting with beautiful humans, and yeah, there's a lot of energy going on today, and I'm super excited to be here to deliver this with you. So what we're going to do today is I want to connect you to the power of visualization. Now, I want to preface this with, I know that visualization is sometimes really hard for people. So when we go through this activity, when you're invited to close your eyes, if you cannot see things, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. What I want you to do is connect the feeling that my words are allowing you to have. Okay. So visualization is a great way, and I'll tell you where this stemmed from. So my 7-year-old son last Tuesday evening said to me as I was laying with him, tucking him into bed, like, Mom, I really want to learn how to use my third eye. And I was like, you're speaking my love language, child. So off we went, and I went through and did a visualization with him, and like the amount of information that came out of it was just so amazing. And I was kind of like guiding him in a way. I was suggesting things, but then I was giving him the power of connecting with things himself as well. And so that's my intention going through this today. I'm going to give you some suggestion, but the reason I wanted to do this as the Mindset Monday today is because tomorrow is this powerful 2/22/22 energy. And when these portals come around, like you can experience the energy both before and after, but like to be in it on that day and like try to connect, the idea is that the veil is thin in between us and whatever else is out there, right? And so having this ability to really sit with yourself, and if you want to, you can go back through, hello Janice, you can go back through and connect yourself through this exercise, because it will remain, hi Natalie, it will remain up for you guys to be able to replay, right? So you can go back and connect this way, or you can just kind of put yourself back into the space that you fall into today. Now, before we get started, I would like to say that although this will be a guided kind of visualization activity, just give yourself the personal power to trust where it's going to take you. So if you are seeing something that my voice is not suggesting, go with what you're seeing. Okay, this is an element of, or opportunity for you to be able to connect. And for some people who are new at doing it, you sometimes need that little bit of like guidance and suggestion, right? But like if you're well adapted, like join us and do your own thing. And like, I mean, if you're free to connect with your eyes open or your eyes closed, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to keep my eyes open. I may close them from time to time, but what I'm doing, just so you guys all know, I've opened my own Akashic records and I've called in my own team. So I am currently sitting in my own energy right now. And the reason I went into mine is because I'm asking for my team to support me in bringing about whatever needs to come out for my highest and best good and the highest and best good of those I'm connected to today. So for anyone that's tuning in live or for anyone that's watching on the replay, I want you to experience whatever is what we need to hear today. So that's the intention. Perfect, Veronica. That's the intention that I have set with like going into this particular episode of Mindset Monday. Amazing. Well, and that's coming. I have a course that I'm going to launch in March that's all about like the connected spiritual self, because I am all about it as well. So yeah, what I was saying is like, if we go through this and you are being guided to go and do something else, if you want to have your eyes closed and just wander, allow yourself to wander. This is the beauty of connecting and playing. It's being open. It's being in the state of allowing to receive whatever is going to come your way at this time, knowing full well that what we're calling in is for your highest and best good, right? So you don't need to be scared of the information that you may receive. You don't need to be nervous about if you actually see something or someone or anything like that. So what we're going to do is at this time, I'm just going to invite you to find a comfortable spot, whether that is a spot where you're sitting or if you feel more comfortable laying down, just get comfy. Okay. And as you are moving to this place and getting comfy, I want you to just take some nice cleansing breaths. So it can be deep breaths, it can just be normal breaths, whatever feels the best for you in this moment, but take something that is feeling cleansing in some form or fashion. Okay. So I'm going to give you just a second to get settled. And then what we're going to do is go into it. So I would invite you to sit with your palms up. And the only reason that I'm doing this or asking you to do this, so I'm going to just kind of back myself up a little bit and sit with my palms up. This is a really nice receiving mode to be in, which means that you are open to allow things to come to you. So for any of you that are out there that are Reiki practitioners, like we use our hands to suggest the movement of energy. We use our hands to infuse things in different places. Our hands are these beautiful communication tools. And that's why in this moment, I'm asking you to sit with your hands upright. So I would invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to just clear your mind. Maybe I'll close my eyes too. It feels like the natural thing to do in this moment. So I'm going to close my eyes and join into this with you. And I'm just going to invite you, as you take a nice deep breath in through your nose, you're going to kind of hold at the top for a second, whatever feels natural, and release. And as you're breathing in through your nose, holding at the top and releasing, I want you to just bring awareness to your body. Bring awareness to how it feels. Bring awareness to the feeling. If you have your feet planted on the floor, is the floor cold? Is it warm? Is it soft? Is it hard? Just bring that awareness to your peripheral at this time and think about how it's making you feel. Because for many of us, visualizing things when we first try is really hard. It's hard to create that picture in your mind when you're not used to doing it. So sometimes when we close our eyes, all we see is black. And that's okay, because everybody starts with a clean slate. And if you are already to a place where you can see something instantly when you close your eyes, like, good for you. Congratulations. It means that you are like a really visual person. You maybe have a really active third eye. So for any of you that don't know, if we have any littles joining us, your third eye is this like magical little portal that's right in the middle of your forehead. And what it does is it allows you to see things that are not physically present in front of you. And it's really cool to be able to play and use your third eye. So that's what we're connecting to today. We're connecting to this power of being able to use your third eye. And really, your third eye is just your imagination. What do you allow in? And this is why I love connecting with kids, because kids allow so much more than adults do. Kids have such a connectedness to them. There's no fear, there's no judgment, there's no scarcity, there's none of that, because they just have these beautiful little minds that love to explore and love to investigate and love to learn. So allow yourself, for those adults joining me, allow yourself to be in this childlike state of wonder for this activity. So as we breathe in and take our cleansing breath, we're going to go to a place that's going to be our beautiful place of connection. This is going to be a place where we can travel to anytime we want. It's going to be a place where we invite anyone who wants to come and play with us to be in our space and take up space with us. So this might look like animals. It might look like fairies. It might look like angels. It might look like old people that sometimes look like really cool, like mentors. Maybe they have these like long staffs, like walking sticks that they're holding, or maybe they have these super long beards. Maybe they're wearing robes, or maybe they look a little bit like hippies. Maybe they're coming in with their like beige pants and their flowered shirts on. Just play and see who's showing up in your space. See if anybody comes in. And if you don't see anybody, ask yourself who's here. Is there someone here? And trust that yes or no that you're feeling when you ask those questions. So I'm going to just go quiet for a second, and I want you to connect with this space, allowing yourself this place of wonder and seeing who you're connecting with in this moment. So in my place, I am connecting with a lot of different people. I have some angels. I have fairies. The fairies love to come and play when I allow myself to just be open to whatever's coming in. And I have this little pink fairy that's showing up at this moment. And she's just here because she's so excited that we're all coming together in this beautiful space in our own eyes, but also together and sharing space and holding space for one another to go through this journey together today. And she's just really excited. She can feel everyone's energy. She's like bopping all around. I can see her flitting, and like her little fairy dust that's trailing behind her is like a really beautiful light pink glittery dust that's just making its presence known all around my space. So I want you to ask, there's going to be one person in particular that really wants to come with you on this journey today. So I want you to ask, who is this person? Is this a fairy? Is it an angel? Is it a person? Is it a color? Because sometimes colors have meaning for us too. So connect with your one thing, one person, one elemental, one celestial being, whoever it is that you're connecting with today, and ask who's going to come along for the ride and what messages, well, we'll get to what messages they're going to bring. But invite them. They need to be invited in order to come and hold space and spend time with us. So whoever you're connecting with, invite them to come along and play today, and invite them to come to this beautiful space that we're going to journey to. So I'm going to take this little pink fairy with me today because she is definitely the one that wants my most attention, and I just love her energy. So I can see her when I have my eyes closed. I can see where she is. And if you can't see, that's okay. Remember, we're going to anchor into the feeling. So feel, take a moment and feel, where does this person feel? Where does this energy feel like it is around you? Do you feel like they're by your head? Do you feel like they're by your side? Are they trying to hold your hand? Are they more so by your feet? And maybe you're choosing to bring in an animal. Are they by your feet? Are they on the right-hand side or the left-hand side? These are all questions that you can ask to get a really good feeling as to where this energy is showing up for you. Because remember, you don't have to be seeing. Practicing connecting with your third eye, it can be a sense of feeling. It can be a sense of knowing. You might feel it physically in your body. However this is showing up for you, just trust the answers that are coming forward to you at this time. So my little fairy is coming in, and she's right by my shoulder, right by my ear. I can feel her. I can see her. She's so excited. And so she's flittering off in front of me. She wants me to follow her. So she's going to help lead us today. She is going to help lead us. So I want you, if you feel comfortable letting your person or your animal, your being lead you, then go ahead and invite them to step out front and lead you to where you need to go. So as we go through this process, I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to tell you what I can see, and I'm going to tell you what I feel. But if you're feeling and seeing something different, just know that that is for you. That is for you. So my voice is just a suggestion. It's a suggestion to allow you to connect with a visual image in your mind. If you need to go somewhere else, then you go ahead and do that. So my little fairy is taking us down this path. It looks like we're crossing a meadow. I can see long grass. I can see trees surrounding the very outside edge. And they're trees of different shapes and sizes. There's some evergreen trees that look like Christmas trees that aren't decorated. There are some really tall trees with huge canopies. So the canopy is the top part where the leaves are. And it looks like a big umbrella that's open and shielding, protecting the things that are underneath it. The grass is tall. It's coming up to my knees. So like when I walk through this, I am just allowing my fingertips to trickle across the top of it. And there's no bugs, there's no insects, because I don't like the feel of insects or the sound of insects crawling on me or buzzing near me. So they don't ever really come to my space. So I can walk peacefully through this meadow, down this path. I don't have any shoes on. My feet are connected straight onto Mother Earth. And I'm walking down this path, just feeling myself go deeper and deeper into the connection and to the spirit that's surrounding us. And she's leading me down this path. As I go through, we're entering kind of the edge of the forest. And this is really interesting because although there is a forest that I'm leading into, I can smell water. And I don't know if you guys can smell water in your space, but the smell of fresh, clean air and fresh, clean water is just going so hard through my nose, through my nasal cavity, that it's almost making me feel cold in this moment on the inside. So as I'm breathing in through my nose, I can feel this cold air, but it feels fresh. It doesn't feel cold that's like making my skin cold, like I'm getting goosebumps. It's just this beautiful breath of fresh air. And that's what's coming in through my nose at this time. And I know that water is close by. I can't see it yet, but I know it's there. I can feel it. I can smell it. I can hear it if I listen really carefully. The water is moving just like we're moving. And so as I enter into the edge of this forest, it's getting a little bit darker. It's getting a little bit darker, but it doesn't feel like nighttime. It's darker in the sense that I'm going deeper into my state of connection. I'm going deeper into my connection with my soul. I'm going deeper into the connection with my spirit guides that are around. It's beautiful. It just feels like it's cozy. It's comforting. And I'm just standing on the edge, kind of soaking it all in. So I'm invited to ask you to take a breath at this time. And just kind of hold it. Take everything in. And then release. You might not be in a forest right now, and that's okay if you're not. Maybe your guides have taken you to a beach. Maybe they've taken you to somewhere where there's snow. Maybe they've taken you up into the clouds. Our space can be very precious. It can be very unique, and it can change from time to time. Because my connected space isn't always in this forest setting. Sometimes it's in a house. Sometimes it's on a beach. Sometimes it's in the stars. But allowing yourself to go wherever you're drawn is the most fun part of this experience. So for today, I'm relishing in this forest that's surrounding me. I can see deer. I can see rabbits. I can see squirrels. I can see all these little woodland creatures. And they're not trying to talk to me. They're just showing me that they're there in comfort, in connection, in being surrounded by this beautiful natural environment that I'm in this moment, in my mind's eye. And so there's actually a message coming through from the trees. And I think this applies to all of us. I want you to, this is so funny. I want you to picture yourself being in front of this beautiful big tree. And for any of the kids that are joining, if any of you have played Mario, this tree looks very similar to the tree that's in the Mario Party game. It has big green leaves on the top and a really wide trunk. Like you'd never be able to put your arms around the trunk of this tree. But its eyes are open and it has a really genuine smile. The tree is smiling at me. And as the tree starts to talk, it opens up and it looks like the hole, like where an owl would live, in a burrowed out kind of section of the tree. And as it opens its mouth, it's telling us, it's here to tell us this wisdom is within you. just like the owl, that lives inside of me. I protect it, I shield it. Your physical body protects and shields this beautiful connection with spirit. But you don't need to be searching for things. Like, all of that wisdom is within you. All of the ability is within you. The ability to connect, the ability to hear, to see, to feel, to listen, to receive, to experience. All of these things are within you. And it's just a matter of coming back to this beautiful place where you allow your mind's eye to lead you and guide you, and trust whatever you see is meant for you, and that there's a message in it for you. Beautiful. Thank you. So now we're ready to move through, and I'm continuing to walk through. It's almost like there's still a path, but it's a little bit more kind of rustled over. But as I walk through, I can see this beautiful bright light on the other side, and that's what I'm going towards. I'm going towards this beautiful, just seems like this golden light that's leading me toward it, and I'm very drawn to it. My fairy is excited to take us there. This beautiful light that's coming through, we're just going to follow it, and toward it, it feels warm, it feels welcoming, it feels nurturing, it feels safe. And I have to go down over the edge of a little hill. It's not a big hill, but I'm going to watch my step and be careful that I don't slip and fall on the dirt. But I know I'm safe. I know I'm safe in this place. Even if I fall, I can just dust myself up and get back up and try again. So it's okay if you feel like you need to fall. And as I'm walking through and down this little hill, I just feel inside my body. I can feel the warmth. So again, if you cannot see any of the images, it's okay. How are you feeling in this moment? Do your hands feel cold, or do they feel warm? Does your heart feel peaceful, or does it feel anxious? Does it feel like you're trying too hard? Because don't try too hard. Whatever you're going to feel is exactly what you need to feel and experience today. Because remember, we don't always need to see everything. We don't always need to know everything. What we need to know, the most important thing to know, is what we allow ourselves to be sure of. So be sure of how you feel in this moment, and trust that it's perfect for you. So as I go to the base of this little hill that I had to walk down, this is where everything is being exposed to me. This is the most beautiful space I have ever seen in any of my own visualizations. There is a giant waterfall to my left. See, I knew I could smell and feel and hear water. And so in this moment, it feels a little bit more like thunder, the water falling and hitting it looks like a stream. The waterfall falling over the cliff and like landing in the stream. So you can feel it. You can feel the mist coming up and tingling your face. And you can see the rainbow where the water is cycling through and falling over the falls. There's a little glimpse of a rainbow, and it looks almost magical because it's not there. It's not like a normal rainbow that you can see really brightly. It just flickers in and out, in and out, in and out. This idea of seeing a rainbow. It's almost like that magical glitter that I talked about before that was coming from my fairy. And in this space, I can see the river, I can see the stream, whatever. I think it's a stream. It's small. And the sound of it is very peaceful. I can see the sun. The sun is shining. That was the bright light that was leading me to this space. It's this beautiful, big, bright sunshine. And there's birds flying in the sky. I can hear birds singing in the trees because there's still trees behind me. I'm on the edge of the forest right now, so I can feel the trees behind me, and all out in front of me is just beautiful, beautiful open space. I can see the horizon. If I look way off into the distance, I can see mountains. And right in front of me, there's all kinds of different colored flowers, all different shapes and sizes of flowers. And I'm just being invited to lay down in the grass and look up at the clouds. This is going to be my space. This is my space of where I'm going to listen and try to receive and connect to my messages. This is my space of feeling home, feeling safe, feeling connected today. This is my final landing space for today. So I'd invite you to connect with your final landing space for today. Put yourself wherever feels the most comfortable to be laying, sitting, standing, connecting. And allow yourself to be fully present in this space. Any thoughts that come in, just say, not yet. Come back to me. Because in this moment, I'm just going to soak in all of this beauty that's surrounding me. And the energy just feels like it's holding me. It's feeling safe. It's feeling secure. And I'm allowing it to hold me. And at this time, I would invite you to ask, who has a message for me today? And just see who comes up. See who approaches you. Maybe you don't see anything. Maybe you just feel something. Maybe you don't feel anything. Maybe you hear a message. Maybe you hear a voice. It might sound like your voice or it might sound like someone else's. But just allow. You're being held in this space, and everything that's coming through in this beautiful, sacred space is meant for you today. So what messages are coming through for you? If there's a color coming up, what does that color remind you of? Do you see red? Does it make you think of love and heart space, or does it make you think of fire and pain? If you see blue, does it make you think of the water? Does it make you feel emotional? Does it make you feel calm? How are you feeling? These are all questions you can ask yourself. Because my intention was mainly for the collective, I know the message that I'm getting is a collective one, so I'm going to share it with you because it's not meant for just me. So up in the sky, I'm laying on the ground and I'm looking up and I can see blue sky and just beautifully big white fluffy clouds. And through the clouds, there's a face that's kind of presenting itself. And it feels like an angel. I can't see all of it, but I don't need to see all of it. I'm just trusting that it is an angel coming through to talk to us. And this angel is bringing the message. You are safe. You are loved. You are powerful. Be proud of who you are. Don't hide. Don't hide in the clouds like I'm hiding. And, and as they're saying this beautiful, beautiful, full angel is emerging above the cloud that I can see in full beauty and full glory. This is a huge angel with huge wings that when they outstretch, they just seem to go forever. And the feathers, I can see every single feather. It's got this beautiful white glow to the feathers. And the angel itself is now presenting in color. This is a female angel. So sometimes the angels will present as men and sometimes they'll present as women. And in this particular case, this is a female angel that's coming to give this message today. And she is here to connect us back to ourselves. She is here to allow us to be in this space and feel connected, feel our sense of pride, feel our sense of knowing and trust that whatever messages are coming through for you is exactly what you need to hear. And if you don't hear anything, it doesn't mean that you're not connected. I'm proud of you for trying. That's what she's saying. I'm proud of you for taking a step out of your comfort zone and trying something new. You're amazing. You're valued. You're abundant. That means you get a lot of stuff. You get a lot of stuff emotionally. You feel a lot of things. You feel a lot of love. You feel a lot of friendship. You don't want for things. So if you are a little person that's joining me today, I bet you have a lot of cool things that are in your bedroom right now. I bet you have a lot of cool things that surround your space in your house. And just know you deserve every one of those things because you're amazing. But you don't need stuff to feel good about yourself. And this goes for adults too. We don't need material things. to feel abundant. We desire them oftentimes because in our world, money is the currency, right? But money is just energy. So there are other ways that we can feel abundance. And the more you can lean into this feeling of abundance, the more abundance will show up for you in materialistic ways, along with other ways. So just know that you are infinitely abundant. It's a beautiful space. So while we're sitting in our spaces, this is the perfect way. This is the perfect way to put yourself, how to get there, how to connect. You find this space. And like I said, it can change every single time you connect. You're not always taken to the same place because we don't always feel the same way every day. And so some days, if you're feeling heavy, you're feeling like you need some support, maybe your space will look like giant pillows everywhere because you can cozy in and you can feel supported and nurtured, comfortable. Maybe today, like I'm feeling expansive. Maybe that's why my space is so expansive today, right? But it's not always this. I've never been to this space before. And I've done this activity or something similar a lot of times. So we just trust that wherever we're guided, it's for our highest and best good today. And whatever we're seeing, whatever we're feeling, like I just feel a complete sense of calm. My legs are tingling because they're comfortable and relaxed. My breathing is slow, but it's not struggling. I'm not struggling. It's just everything is working in perfect order. My hands are cold because I'm sending all of my energy, all of my visualization. I'm sending it out to you. So not only am I receiving, I'm receiving these beautiful messages. I'm receiving this beautiful space that I'm sharing with you, but I'm sending it out to you. So if I close my hands, I can feel warmth, but having them open and outstretched, I know they're cold. But that's the only part of me that's cold. Every other part of me feels warm and like that fuzzy feeling that you get when you're just really happy. A little bit of excitement, a little bit of happiness, a lot of calm and joy for sharing in this moment with all of you guys and allowing you to find a space. So when this activity feels complete for you, so keep in mind, you can always go back to a space, right? You can always go back here. It might not be this space. If you want to connect to it, be intentional and say, I really love to go back to that place. It felt amazing. But just know that you can, all it takes is for you to close your eyes and go through this process of like using all of your senses. So we're still using our senses. We're just using them through our mind's eye, through our third eye, instead of using them with physically touching things or physically seeing things, physically hearing things. I know you can hear the sound of my voice, but when I ask you to listen to other sounds around you, I'm sure you can pick up on some of those too. And so we invite ourselves to use these, what we call our psychic senses. And all that means is that you're playing with your eyes closed and letting your third eye be your guide and trusting that whatever is coming through is for you. So when that feels complete, I'd invite you to stand back up. Or if you were standing, give a little hand over your heart. And I'm just going to say thank you so much for leading us to this space today. Thank you personally, and thank you on behalf of everyone else for allowing us to be in this space together and share it. Receiving those messages were beautiful messages coming from that angel today. Thank you for allowing us to have them land the way they need to land for each of us. And for being present with us in this moment. And I'm going to put my hand, I'm going to reach into my pocket because I bet you didn't know, but we brought a beautiful offering for this space. So I want you to reach into your pocket, and I'm not going to give any suggestion for this one. I want you to pull out whatever object is in your pocket with your mind's eye, and I want you to look at it and really connect with what that object is. I'm going to connect with mine. And this is an offering that we're going to leave to this space. So once you've connected with it, I want you to just set it down on the ground. Or if you're in the clouds or in the stars, set it somewhere so it can be absorbed. But you're going to set this object down, and this is an offering of gratitude and thanks for bringing us to this space today. And then when you're ready, you're just going to turn around and we're going to go back down the path that led us to this beautiful space. And as I go through, I might outstretch my arms and kind of run them along the trees. Or pick up a handful of dirt and rub it in my hands. I might stop for a second and talk to or acknowledge the animals that are showing up. I see you. And if you have a message for me, I trust that you'll bring it back to me. Or tell it to me now. My little fairy is still with me. But she's beside me. She doesn't need to be in front of me and lead the way, because I know my way back. I know where I'm going. I'm confident. So she's just kind of hanging out beside me, and we're sharing in this space together. And as I walk through this forest and back into the meadow, I can see it's still a beautiful day outside, but the sun is not as bright as it was in my very sacred space that I entered into. I know the sun is out, but I can't see it. But again, I'm trusting. I know it's there. I know it's a beautiful summer day in this space in the meadow. And I'm going to breathe in that beautiful smell of grass that I'm walking. I can feel, I can smell, I can see it around me. I'm going to breathe it in because it just reminds me of summer, and summer is my favorite. And I might want to keep that feeling with me when I get ready to open my eyes. And as I get to the edge of this meadow back where we started, I'm going to say thank you to my little fairy for showing up today. So make sure you pay gratitude to whoever showed up as your guide today. Thank you for connecting us together to this beautiful space, to all of the things I got to experience, and to those beautiful messages. I appreciate you being here. And with that, she's gone. She did her job and she's happy. So at this time, I'd invite you to open your eyes, bring yourself back into yourself. So you might want to kind of tap on your chest. You might want to tap on your head or rub your head. I feel very lightheaded in this moment, very lightheaded. And I didn't bring any water over with me, but that's one thing I would suggest is that when we are done this, I would suggest that you go and you get a nice drink of water and really ground yourself back in. You might even want to go outside. I don't know if it's sunny where you are. It's cold. I jinxed us and I got snow where I am today. But I still think I'm going to go outside and connect and ground myself out in that fresh air and allow that cold air to come through just like it did when I first entered into that space. So my friends, this is the power of visualization and connecting. You know, the more you play and the more you allow yourself to be in the space where you can be suggestible. Look, I have some little friends floating around me. You can receive messages, and it's a matter of practice. So the more you allow yourself to be there and be present and practice, the easier it gets. And it's not going to come, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes it comes easy. It depends what kind of learner you are, right? But if you're the type of person where you don't make pictures when you read books really easily, then you're probably not going to be someone who can visualize easily, and that's okay. That's why we connect to the emotions. That's why we connect to ourselves. So like as you're going through, you can connect. Where do you feel things in your body, right? What emotions are you feeling? Do you feel joy? Do you feel calm? Do you feel fear? Do you feel anger? What do you feel? And what is it trying to tell you? Connect to those things, right? So I hope today that you were able to get some answers. And I hope that this was something that you enjoyed doing. And if it is, I would invite you to do it tomorrow. Because this element of that portal energy that's going to be like the most potent I tell you, friends, you will have some like fun time playing in that energy. And just think of it as play. That's where the innocence comes in. Allow yourself to play, have no expectations, because you don't need to have expectations, right? You just need to trust. You need to trust that whatever shows up, and if it's nothing, then maybe you just needed, I don't even know how long we've been on. Holy cow, like the best part of an hour. So maybe you just needed that time to sit in a state of relaxation. Maybe that's what you needed today. So don't judge yourself. This is a really good practice in self-compassion, self-trust, and connection. So I'll leave you with that. I really enjoyed doing this today. And if you guys enjoyed doing it too, I know we couldn't comment while we were doing it, but like, I would love to know in the comments what your experience was. I would love to know. I would love to know if you would be wanting to do something like this a little bit more often, because I love it. And I would absolutely love to guide you guys through things like this for fun once in a while. So let me know. And I'll leave you with that. I hope you have the most beautiful rest of your Monday. And don't forget that you are amazing, you are powerful, and you deserve the world. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for being here with me.